Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're going to continue working on our radial symmetry. So yesterday in class you should have received this worksheet where you guys are practicing your radial designs and having it all be symmetrical. You were to start it out yesterday and submit your work onto Teams, and then we're going to continue it today. Before I continue, I just want to review what we are doing. So we are making color wheel mandalas. So we're going to have 12 sections with our color wheels for all your hues. But within each section, you want 9 spaces so that you can do spots for your hue, your tint, and your shade. And also keep in mind that we are going to be using acrylic paints next week to also paint our color wheels. I also want to review with you some of the designs of past students, only because I don't want you guys to get too carried away with your designs. I don't want them to be too tiny and tight of spaces that you can't paint, because that's going to be very intricate and detailed. If you want to go a little crazy with your details, be my guest. But you want to make sure your spaces are wide enough so that when you are painting, it's not very tedious. And again, here is another example where each section has a certain amount of spaces for your hue, your tint, and your shade, and nothing is too tight together. If it gets too tight together, it's going to look like this, and it's going to be impossible for you to paint. So it's important that you're sticking with the 9 sections within the one section for your mandalas. I reviewed some of your works already, and I'm going to write it in the feedbacks as well that if it's too tight or you have too much going on, I'm going to ask you to try to change it a little bit and make the spaces bigger, so that way when you do your template for next week on the actual color wheel, you know exactly what you're going to be doing. I'm also going to be showing a step-by-step instruction on how to complete your mandalas for your practice ones. So again, I gave you guys out the radial symmetry practice sheets, at least the sub did. In your first spot, you're going to have at least that 9 sections, as you can see in this one here. Once you're done with that one, you're going to mirror it into the next spot. When I say mirroring, you're kind of just repeating what you did in that section into the next section, unless you have other lines that are going from side to side that you just want to connect. So again, here I am repeating it multiple times throughout each section to get my completed design. Notice again how I have the 9 sections in one space for each of my spaces that I'm going to be using for the colors. As well as I'm also not having my spaces too tight together. You want to have it spaced out so that you will find it easier to paint. When you're done with this today, upload it to Teams so I can give you the go for next week's color wheel assignment.